Oh shit, here we go again.
Hello again. Welcome back to Kenshi. I installed some mods to make the game feel more fresh and fun. I'll leave a list down below for those interested. These videos are a lot of fun to make, and I appreciate everyone's support so far. I won't delay you any further, so let's jump right in. Uncle Al and his mostly related family have been slaving away at the rice fields and sake distilleries, and it's proving quite difficult for them. The walls that we have only prevent blood spiders and swamp raptors from accidentally wandering into our base. And while Green is able to deal with the few that sneak past our defenses, bandits have been raiding us constantly. I guess we should have expected it though. Our sake is quite delicious. Not all people in the swamp are directly out to get you though. There was a very pleasant limb salesman who came through and offered us some pretty good deals, and let me just say, he was a pretty handy man. We finally built a biofuel distillery so we could make our own fuel, but for some reason it only takes green fruit. So now we gotta find and plant some of that too. We are currently trying to juggle way too many projects, and it's time to do something that Al had hoped he could avoid. He wanted nothing to do with it and sent Grandpa Scarf to seek out Al's twice removed, 1/3 brother, Stubbs. Grandpa Scarf located him in the bar drinking his usual watered down grog and eating some edible but quite stale and moldy bread. Grandpa Scarf was able to reason with him, but Stubbs insisted on being paid quite the hefty recruitment fee to help pay for all the hours him and Al were going to have to be together for. While at the bar, something caught Scarf's eye. A skeleton was sitting there. While skeletons may be seen as unsavory to some, it reminded Scarf of an old friend he had, and so he hired him to help defend the Sake family's farm. We also went ahead and hired a drifter who was going to help us farm the fields and keep everyone fed. I haven't named these two yet, and I decided that I was going to let you guys decide. The first two people who comment with a name and character they'd like will be the newest addition to the growing sake empire. Now that we have a few extra hands, Al is going to make a sake run. However, instead of heading all the way up north, Al heard there was a city or two to the south, full of samurai weebs who will pay extra for sake. How that the United Cities manages to govern on two different sides of the world is a mystery that still needs to be uncovered. We ended up having a less dangerous trip there. However, we did learn that there are cannibals in the swamp, so we are going to have to be extra careful about traveling alone now. We also ended up swimming for half of the way, which, while incredibly safe, is also very time-consuming. It took Al a full day to find the town he had heard about, named Clownsteady. The town looked very well defended and very rich. We quickly sold our sake batch to the bar since we arrived at night and not much else was open. We then went over to the bakery to sell the rest of our batch. We were sitting pretty at well over 50,000 cats, more money than Al had ever dreamed of. Going to the loft, we found this group called the Adventurers Guild. They said we could pay them to send recruits to our base. While the offer was tempting, we were expected to pay a lot of money for recruits, especially skeletons, which is what we would be in the market for. We decided to pass on the offer, but now we know where to go if we really need recruits. There were also some nomads selling animals, which, while nice to have, we can barely grow enough rice to feed ourselves and still make sake. We decided to stay in town until morning to browse the wares, since we were officially loaded with cats. This turned out to be a fantastic decision. At some point after the shops opened, either a nomad or one of the nomad's animals attacked someone, which triggered all the nomads and their animals to turn hostile. In the midst of the chaos, Al realized there was money to be made. He quickly went about scavenging and selling off the backpacks, skins, and meat from the carcasses of the nomad animals. This proved to be so profitable, it made Al question if what he was doing was right. But eventually, he came to the conclusion that if he were in their shoes, people would definitely be looting the sake off his corpse. We ended up making out with over 100,000 cats by doing this. Al decided then and there that he needed to get serious about protecting his assets. He has the money now, so it's time to get some mercs to guard the outpost. Alright, we will pick up with Al getting some higher protection and the naming of our 2 new members. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, sub, or comment below. It really is appreciated. See you next time.